this is Helly, your best friend if you love books and personal development, and in today's video, I'm going to tell you what are the books I want to finish reading by the end of this year because I am so behind on my reading goals. Life gets in the way and I totally understand why people used to say 3 or 4 years ago when I used to say that, oh, I've read this many books, that it's impossible for them. And I'm excited to finally tell you what are the books I am reading and in progress of that I really want to finish by the end of this year. There's so many books that I have DNF'd this year, but these are the books that I will definitely finish. So I hope that you will get some good recommendations out of these. It's a mix of both fiction and non-fiction, so I hope that you will enjoy it no matter what your reading taste is. So without any further ado, let us get started with today's video. And the first book that I want to finish reading this year is Ruskin Bond's A Murder in Mussoorie and Other Stories. This is a hardback that I got when I was actually in Mussoorie from the bookshop where Ruskin Bond used to come regularly until the last couple of years, thanks to COVID. And I really enjoyed, feeling that I'm in Mussoorie and reading books that are set in Mussoorie while I was there. And definitely this is a book that constantly takes me back to the time I could actually take the trip. The vlog is up on my channel in case you want to watch it. And that's a primary reason why I want to read this, but you should read this book if you like reading about the hills, if you like mysteries, if you like Ruskin Bond, if you're a beginner. This is a perfect fit for gifting as well. It's a very unique gift and I'm sure that anybody would love to receive an exciting book like this. It's a collection of short stories again, so it's very easy to finish. However, if you're somebody who does not want to read a short story collection, that is fine. You can go for reading Kunti by Koral Gupta. It's a book that I've already recommended this year, but I will be finishing it soon. I'm excited to finish it because I always like books written from the female perspective about mythology, and I am so thankful for the comments which have rectified my pronunciation of mythology to mythology. So that's a primary reason I want to read this. In case you are interested, I will read out the blurb for you, but the same writer has also written this book called Ahalya, so you might actually be very interested in Ahalya because it's a much more interesting and lesser known character of the mythology. But for Kunti, a rare matriarch in the Mahabharata and one of the revered Panchasatis, holds an unforgettable position in the Indian literary imagination. Yet, little is known about the fateful events that shaped her early life. I feel like Kunti is such an exciting character because a lot of the events in Mahabharata probably wouldn't even have happened without her, and she definitely is one of those crucial elements without whom the course of the story might have been entirely different. So yeah, I'm very excited for you to also give this a read if you are interested. But moving a little bit from fiction, let's talk a little bit about non-fiction in case that's what you're here for. One book that I got this time during my flight was Writing Badly is Easy by Amitava Kumar. The reason I picked this book up is because I have been reading a lot about how writing is absolutely, unmatched as a skill in anybody's life today, where a lot of the work we do is in content, is in communicating your ideas nicely verbally and in written word. And that's exactly why I want to read something like this. I like being able to present my ideas in a unique manner, in a way that I couldn't have otherwise if I did not have the right kind of guidance or if I had not read a certain piece. I have a Notion board where I kind of clip ideas or ways things are written that I really like, and I just put them all in my Notion board so that whenever I want to write something in a nice way, I can just refer to that. So writing nicely is something that is essential to me, not just as a job, but because I truly enjoy communicating my ideas in a way that I couldn't have otherwise. I would love for you guys to read one piece that I wrote recently for Instagram and LinkedIn, which is a little more personal, but I hope that you enjoy it. So I definitely want to be a better writer in 2023, and this book feels like a perfect fit. And if you are the same, if you also want to hone your writing skills, this book might be the book you need. I hope that the recommendations so far are good for you. But if you're somebody more into the world of business marketing, you have your own business or want to build one amazing book that you can read is Blindsight. And even if you don't, if you just want to understand how marketing works and how you can protect yourself in case you feel like marketing is something that makes you spend a lot of money that you wouldn't have otherwise, Blindsight is the perfect read for you. Blindsight is basically a book on how marketing kind of reshapes our brain, and I love educating myself more about the neurological implications of marketing, branding, and messaging. So that's the reason I picked this book up. Now, it's like a double-edged sword for me because A, I need to learn how to do it for myself, my clients, and the work I do, and B, I need to protect myself from it as well. So it's very interesting to be a marketer in 2022 and read books on marketing. If you want to read this, I will highly recommend that you do. I love the the way this book feels. Also, it's a very beautiful hardback. It's a very heavy hardback, and it really feels of a lot of value, even like physically. So I can only think of the psychological effect it can have. Now, coming back to more of fiction, because that's what we do, a little childish recommendation would be Dork Diaries. I really want to relax a little bit, at least for the next 1 week. So I'll be reading this because my life has been getting really hectic. Lots of things going on in business, clients, attending events, building my own products, helping clients troubleshoot their problems, training the team. It takes a toll on me and I want to relax, and this is a perfect fit. If you are also going through a very stressful phase in your life, if you are also constantly worried about something or the else, family, friends, work, etc., this book is going to take you to a different world and make you feel really nice and relaxed. So please give it a go. And you can also get any of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series books as well, in case that's what you want. The next book that you can go for is The Birth Lottery. This is a book by Shehan, Karunatilaka, another book that I got at the airport, and I have finished reading a couple of stories, and it is really unique because there's this story which is written in the message format, like a couple messaging back and forth. It's very interesting how the presentation really matters in this book, especially when the replies are not coming and then the other side is constantly texting again and again and again. I love how written form and novels are moving away from the traditional text styles and experimenting with things that are more visually representative of the text that is written. And this is one such book, so you should definitely give this a try. As we near the end, one of the books that I'm really enjoying reading right now, I'm on the 7th chapter, and this book is called Whereabouts by Jhumpa Lahiri. The narrator is a very strange woman feeling very lost in her life, and the chapters are kind of named like on the sidewalk, on the street, in the office, at the trattoria, in spring, in the plaza. So in various places across the city and across the places, and I really like the presentation of this as the woman is going about the day and thinking a lot of things. I really like this one chapter. It's just a 2-page chapter, so I would love to read it out to you, and I really want to read it out to you because it made me feel so many things. Let's start from the top. Now and then on the streets of my neighborhood, I bump into a man I might have been involved with, maybe shared a life with. He always looks happy to see me. He lives with a friend of mine and they have 2 children. Our relationship never goes beyond the longest chat on the sidewalk, a quick coffee together, perhaps a brief stroll in the same direction. He talks excitedly about his projects, he gesticulates, and at times as we are walking synchronized bodies, already quite close, discreetly overlap. Once he accompanied me into a lingerie shop because I had to choose a pair of tights to wear under a new skirt. I had just bought the skirt and I needed the tights for the same evening. Our fingers grazed the textures played out on the counter as we sorted through the various colors. The binder of samples was like a book full of flimsy, transparent pages. He was totally calm among the bras, the nightgowns, as if he were in a hardware store and not surrounded by intimate apparel. I was torn between the green and the purple. He was the one who convinced me to choose the purple, and the sales lady, putting the tights into the bag, said, "Your husband's got a great eye." Pleasant encounters like this break up our daily meanderings. We have a chaste, fleeting bond. As a result, it can't advance. It can't take the upper hand. He's a good man. He loves my friend and their children. I'm content with a firm embrace, even though I don't share my life with anyone. Two kisses on the cheeks, a short walk along the stretch of the road. Without saying a word to each other, we know that if we chose to, we could venture into something reckless and pointless. This morning he is distracted. He doesn't recognize me until I'm in front of him. He's crossing a bridge at one end and I'm arriving from the other. We stop in the middle and look at the wall that flanks the river and the shadows of pedestrians cast on its surface. They look like skittish ghosts advancing in a row, obedient souls passing from one realm to the other. The bridge is flat, and yet it's as if the figures, vaporous shapes against the solid wall, are walking uphill, always climbing. They are like inmates who proceed silently towards a dreadful end. It would be great one day to film this procession, he says. You can't always see it. It depends on the position of the sun. But I'm amazed every time. There's something hypnotizing about it. Even when I'm in a hurry, I stop to watch. So do I. He pulls out his cell phone. Should we try? How does it look? I ask. No good. This contraption can't capture them. We continue to watch the mute spectacle, the dark bodies that advance, never stopping. Where are you headed? Work. Me too. Should we have coffee? I don't have time today. Okay, sure. See you soon. We say goodbye, separate. Then we too become two shadows projected onto the wall. A routine spectacle, impossible to capture. I just love the way the shadows on the wall are, explained in this. It's very beautiful, and so is the bond between these two. It's very complicated, I'm sure. Thankfully, there's nothing like that in my life, if my parents are watching. The last book that I want to recommend is the Selected Stories by Nobel Prize winners, because when you read books by Nobel Prize winners, there's nothing like it. They are a class apart, A. They make you think, B, and you can actually brag to your friends that I have read a Nobel Prize winning author, and yeah, that definitely counts for something. I hope that you liked all these recommendations. The links to all these books will be in the description. Let me know if there are certain videos you would want for me. I want to be more consistent with YouTube, so I'll be making more videos on personal development recommendations, maybe some hauls of clothes and books in the near future. But if there's something in specific you would like from me about my lifestyle, I would love to make that for you. And yeah, with that, I'll be ending today's video. Till then, bye bye.